Between September and now, Nigeria has recorded 3 incidents of aircraft overshooting the runway at Ibadan, Lagos and Port Harcourt airports. Though there were no fatalities in these incidents, there is a record of one of the aircraft sustaining substantial damage. These incidents are one too many for an industry where an air accident could lead to the death of scores of people. In the story, Just Nigeria's Wale Fakile explores the reasons for these incidents, the implication on passengers' confidence, and what must be done to arrest the situation.
A cascade, a crash, and an explosion. Images that look like a scene from a Hollywood flick, but they are not. It would go on to be the first in a series of air mishaps across Nigeria in recent times. Recent air mishaps have cast a shadow over Nigeria's skies. It all began in August when a small airplane crashed in Ikeja, the capital of Lagos, Nigeria's commercial capital, marking the start of a string of concerning incidents in the aviation sector. 4 people narrowly escaped death in that episode. On September 8th, United Nigeria Airlines experienced a runway skid in Lagos. The narrative took a more alarming turn when the private jet carrying the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, crash-landed in Ibadan, the Oyo State's capital, on November 3rd. Although there were no casualties, witnesses say the aircraft was substantially damaged. On November 12th, a Kali airplane managed by Aero contractors veered off the runway while landing at the Abuja airport. Port Harcourt Airport in Rivers State witnessed Value Jet's runway skid on November 14th.
If the industry is keeping records, yes, it's a trend that definitely there's need to take action and look at it critically.
You can't really stop all incidences from occurring, but what made this incident exacerbated is the lack of equipment to remove the aircraft from the runway. We've had this not that long ago in Gatwick, and the runway was closed for 20 minutes. How many hours was the runway closed for to clear these aircraft? That's the problem we have.
The investigators from the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau are there, started the investigation to give us the full details of what actually happened. And of course, they will conduct their normal extensive investigation as to why or what might have caused the incident.
The sequence of these incidents potentially raises concerns about operational practices in Nigeria's aviation industry, or maintenance standards falling short. Questions loom as the causes of these mishaps are investigated.
If there are no spares for aircraft to be maintained, definitely the aircraft will be on ground. But we thank God for the airlines in Nigeria. They are very resilient, and they don't take chances. If anytime they get money, they stock their spares. So they have been able to have that rely on such stocks to keep this aircraft flying.
Even if the airline's equipment are perfectly maintained and are safe, if the airport isn't up to standard, you're going to potentially have issues. And I'm not saying that there is an issue, but if 2 aircraft have come off runways, we need to look at the runway. Why did the aircraft come off the runway?
Very few have, but most do not have runway light. And where they do not have runway light, they don't have approach light. So when you are going to such airport to land in the night, should such airport be open? That's the first question you ask yourself. I always tell them, when you are going to this, have you checked the AIP to tell you if that airport is going to be open. Most of the airports have sunrise to sunset operation.
The regulator, the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, have already heightened surveillance to ensure that these incidents don't happen. And nobody really knows what caused the 3 incidents.
Attempts to get comments from the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria were declined. Aviation Minister Festus Keyamu's phone number could not be reached to request an interview. An aide to the minister tells Gist Nigeria that he is currently in Dubai for an aviation summit. Earlier, Punch newspaper quoted Keyama as saying the National Airspace Management Agency had been purchasing obsolete equipment for air navigation. We reached out to the agency for comments. They are yet to get back as at the time of filing this story. The federal government, on Sunday, the 19th of November, summoned heads of government agencies in the aviation industry for a meeting later this month to address the challenge. The implications of this incident stretching beyond the runway is a major worry. Social media users have been lamponing aviation authorities over the mishaps. If passenger confidence wanes, it might heighten concerns about Nigeria's global aviation reputation.
I think if passengers understand that things can happen, but just because things happen doesn't mean they're necessarily huge safety concerns or devastating, crashes or anything like that. These are minor incidences which happen. So, nobody was injured, so therefore nobody should be fearful of using airlines and, with whichever aircraft in Nigeria.
What has happened in the industry should not affect the confidence of passengers to fly at all. Like I said, if it was some 2 decades ago, yes, I will categorically say yes. But with the regulations in place now, it shouldn't affect the confidence of passengers to fly.
The road ahead demands collective action. The recent turbulence in Nigeria's skies has sounded a clarion call. A concerted effort to maintain safety standards is essential to retain confidence in the country's aviation sector.
We've heard over and over that the infrastructure of our airports are poor. Despite the world-class terminals which have been built, we've got lack of ILS Cat 2. We've got aircrafts can't operate in low visibility. We've got issues at the airport, and that's a combination of FAN and NAMA.
They also call on passengers. If you see anything on tours while you are flying, please, any airport you land, ask for NCA office. You can reach that office and lay your complaint.
What we should be doing is to ensure that the regulations are complied with. Like I told you, the regulation is not meant for the pilot alone. It's equally meant for those who own the airport. It is meant for those who service the airport. Everyone has his own regulation which you must comply with. And the regulator must ensure or enforce that regulation on you. Come in sometime quarterly.
But I just want to reassure the traveling public we are doing what we need to do to ensure that the safety we've had with the scheduled passenger flights over the last 10 years is maintained. We don't have any major accidents with any loss of life.
As investigations into the recent mishaps continue, the imperative remains to soar towards a future where safety is the guiding principle in Nigeria's skies. Wale Fakile, Gist Nigeria.
Well, air travel safety is a serious issue that must remain on the front burner. Well, what do you think about the story? Share your thoughts and pictures with us on X at Gist Nigeria TV. We would like to hear from you.